Hi dear students, how are you? I am fine. Keep inside to safe. Do your work properly and study. I hope all are finish your homework properly. Study well. In previous class we discussed about more things: algae, bryophyte, pteridophyte, gymnosperm, angiosperm. Likewise we discuss. Now we are going to see about plant morphology and taxonomy of angiosperm. Angiosperm we know already. Angiosperm is a flowering plant. In this lesson we discuss about only angiosperm plants as a morphology. Okay. Come, let's see about morphology. The study of various external features of an organism is known as morphology. Especially plant morphology is called as external morphology. Morphological features are also significant for phylogeny. Morphology is nothing but outer structure of the plant or outer structure of any organism. Okay. Plant morphology can be studied under two broad categories. One is vegetative morphology and another one is reproductive morphology. In vegetative morphology includes shoot system and root system, and also reproductive morphology includes flower, inflorescence, fruit and seeds. In reproductive morphology also have the reproductive things, as well as reproductive morphology is indicate to another plants, and also vegetative morphology have the shoot system and root system. According to general form, plants are classified four types. One is herbs, then another one is shrubs, then another one is climbers, then next one is trees. The general form of plant is referred as a habit. Based on habit, plants are classified these things. Shrubs are having soft streamed plants with less wood or no wood. For the example, Phyllanthus samaras. Then according to the duration of their life, they may be classified annual, biennial and perennial. Perennial herbs having the bulb, corm like that. Underground stem are termed as geophytes. For the example, Allius cifa. See these photographs. The first photograph is a Phyllanthus samaras. Then second photograph is a Allium cifa. Look at this photograph carefully. This is a Hibiscus rosa sinensis. This is a best example for shrubs. All shrubs plants like that. A shrubs is a perennial woody plant with several main arising from the ground level. An elongated weak stem generally supported by means of climbing device are called climbers, which may be annual or perennial, herbaceous or woody. The best example for the climbers in Tada. Look at this picture. These are the climbers. Can you say anyone example of trees? Because we know very well about trees. Neem and mango also one of the trees. A tree is a tall perennial woody plant having one main stem called trunk with many lateral branches. Here best example is coconut tree. Coconut tree is an example for unbranched tree. Look at this picture carefully. Can you understand this? Depending upon where plants grow, habitats may be classified into two major categories. One is terrestrial and another one is aquatic. Terrestrial plants grow on land as well as aquatic plants that are living in water, that is called as aquatic plant. Based on lifespan, plants are classified into three types. There are annual, biennial and perennial. Annual plants live only 1 year, as well as perennial plants live many years. Can you understand these points? Look at this picture carefully. These are some examples for annual plants. Watermelon, groundnut, rice. See here, these are some examples for perennial plants. Carrot, radish, cabbage. These are some examples for perennial plants. Coconut, mango. These are examples for perennial plants. These plants live long ago. Now we are going to see about parts of flowering plants. Look at this picture carefully. How many parts marking here? First of all, flower, leaf, bud, shoot, root, stem, primary root and secondary root. Root system and shoot system is a major parts of flowering plants. Flowering plants are called angiosperms or magnoliophytes. Now we are going to see about root system. Have you seen root? Is it green color? No, it is non-green things. Then cylindrical descending axis of plant that usually grows into the soil. Then root is responsible for absorption of water and nutrition. So main function of root is absorption of water and nutrition. Through root only plant can get the water and nutrition. Can you understand? Characteristics features. Root is a positively geotrophic and negatively phototrophic in nature. It means always the root is grow in the soil. So here positive to land and negative to the sunlight. Then next it bears root hair. Root have lot of like a hair. Then it does not possess nodes and internodes and bites. Look at this picture carefully. This is a region of root. How many parts marked here? First one is root hair. Then second part is a region of cell maturation. Here only cell get the maturation. Then next region of cell elongation. Here the cell develop to long. Then region of cell division. Last parts one root cap. Root tip is covered by a dome shaped structure made up of parenchymatous cells called root cap. Then root hair we know already. Through the root cap only water can get the water by the way of observation. These are classification of root cap. First one is meristematic zone. Second one zone of elongation, zone of maturation. In maturation place cell will be maturation. Then in elongation place cell will be elongation. Then this is a types of root system. Two root system is there. One is taproot, then another one is fibrous root. Taproot is a long root. Can you see the differentiation between taproot system and fibrous root system? Did you finish your yesterday homework? Now is the homework time. Draw the diagram of region of root and part of a flowering plant. Then study and write 2 times characteristics of root system. Study well, do your work. God bless you.